Hey there, church. It's so wonderful to see y'all. A blessed Advent and holiday season to you. I want to bring you an update from our church council about our ongoing response to COVID-19 and how we're continuing to adapt during the course of this pandemic. This video is an update for winter 2021. There's some new information in this video and some of our hopes going forward, so just hang in there with me. There's a lot going on. Things have been going really well so far. In-person worship has started to feel more and more comfortable. The worship staff have added more elements of worship back in, and in general, we're really happy with how things are going. Your patience and your grace have been so very appreciated over the course of the summer and fall as we've tried our very, very best to worship and gather in a way that is safe for everyone who wishes to worship in person, is respectful of the wide diversity of opinions and feelings on what it means to safely gather, and is in line with the most recent guidance from local and national health officials. Thank you, church. Beginning Sunday, November 21st, and continuing until data indicate otherwise, masks will no longer be required on New Hope's campus. Taking our lead from health officials, we still encourage masks to be worn, particularly when mixing people of varying vaccination statuses. But the numbers are such that we want to do our best to respect the diversity of opinions and the diversity of levels of comfortability within our congregation. We are continuing to closely monitor Fort Bend County's metrics, and our decisions continue to be guided by all available data and science. New case numbers and hospitalizations have started declining after a long few months under a surge fueled by the Delta variant of COVID-19. Our church council is constantly monitoring these metrics and will make changes to our policies as needed. Thankfully, Fort Bend County and New Hope in particular are communities with high vaccination rates. Thank you, church, for everything you've done and everything you continue to do to look out for one another and your neighbor, particularly the most vulnerable among us, those who are immunosuppressed or immunocompromised, as well as those who are too young to receive a vaccine yet. I also want to continue to encourage you. If you haven't already, if you are eligible to receive the COVID-19 vaccine, please get vaccinated. It helps protect you, certainly, but it also protects your neighbor. We ask you to respect others' feelings and others' levels of comfort regarding masking and distancing. Not everyone is in the same place that you are. So please be gracious and respectful when interacting with others. While our blanket policy is moving away from masks being required on campus, ministry leaders may set specific policies for their particular areas of ministry. For worship, there will be a portion of our sanctuary where masks and distancing are continuing to be required, and a portion of our sanctuary where they are not. Again, this is out of respect for the diversity of opinions and levels of comfortability within our congregation. Also, we know that singing produces 3 times the amount of aerosols as talking at a normal volume. And because of this, we will continue to ask and encourage you to put your mask on to sing in worship. It's not a perfect system, but we feel that it is the best way to try and hold the wide diversity of our congregation together. We continue to ask that if you're not feeling well, please make use of our online worship options and worship from home until you're feeling better. We are confident in our safety measures, and we believe that we are providing a healthy and safe environment for you and your family to worship fully, whatever your comfort level is. We just ask that you partner with us and help us by being respectful of one another. We gather for worship at 10:30 a.m. on Sundays. That service is also live streamed on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/newhopelc. if you prefer to join us virtually. Staff and council are continuing to explore the possibility of resuming our 8 a.m. worship service, perhaps in a little bit different format. We're not exactly certain what that might look like, but we are still evaluating it, and we thank you for your patience. As council, we continue to revisit our decisions regularly, and we will continue to make these announcements on a regular basis. All of this remains subject to change as new data become available. Our absolute highest priority remains your health and your well-being. We are continuing to adapt and change worship as we respond to the pandemic. We are optimistic and hopeful for the Advent and Christmas seasons, and our changes to worship reflect that hope and optimism. You will see some elements of worship being added back in and some that look a little bit different than before. All of this is to try and provide as full of an experience of worship as possible in a way where everyone feels safe and welcomed. We ask for your grace and patience through these changes. Even in the midst of challenging times, church, it's been a real joy worshiping with y'all. It's been good for my soul to gather together for worship, and great to see some visitors and some new faces too. If you haven't been back to worship in person yet, I really want to invite you to join us if you're local, and of course if you feel safe to. If you're catching us on our live stream or our virtual worship, we hope that you are feeling warmly welcomed and included. In these in-between times, we must take care to ensure that everyone who wants to participate is able to do so at a level that meets them where they are and at a place that is comfortable for them. This means we gather together as a hybrid community, partly in person and partly online. As I said, we live stream our Sunday morning worship. Our faith formation and other ministries are done with a mix of in-person and virtual participants as much as possible. As you begin to feel comfortable, we do hope that we will start to see more of y'all in person. And in the meantime, we're doing everything we can to ensure that everyone stays and feels connected to this community of faith. We continue to try and connect with each one of you so that no one feels alone or isolated during this time. Our council has made phone calls. I continue to do everything I can to check in with folks. That hasn't stopped, and it doesn't stop now. Our efforts, in fact, have to continue in even more earnest to ensure that folks don't feel left out, especially during these winter months. We will continue providing online worship services. We will continue working to ensure that our small groups, our Bible studies, and faith formation opportunities include options for joining virtually. Every single one of you is important to us, and we want to do everything we can to ensure that you feel deeply connected here. We continue to be drawn together by the grace and love of God that knows no bounds or limits. We commune with Christ and with one another as the body of Christ, whether we are present physically together or gathered together online. Jesus says, wherever 2 or 3 are gathered together in my name, I am there among them. Dear friends, that includes our virtual community. Christ is present here. The best way to get all of the latest and most up-to-date information about everything happening here at New Hope all together in one place is our Thursday afternoon email newsletter. Now rebranded and called The Anchor, that newsletter has updates about worship, faith formation, ways for you to continue to be involved in serving our community. If you're not already subscribed to our newsletter and you would like to be, please send an email to info@newhopelc.org and we will get you added to our distribution list. The links to The Anchor are also posted on our Facebook page at facebook.com/newhopelc and on our Linktree page at linktr.ee/newhopelc. I want to call special attention to that Linktree page. There should be a QR code up on your screen. If you scan that code with the camera app, you'll be taken to our Linktree page in your phone's browser. That's a landing page, a mobile landing page for all of the resources here at New Hope. It has our weekly Anchor newsletter. It has the most recent prayer requests. It has all of our worship services, ways to give online, contact cards. It's sort of a one-stop shop for you for all of the information about everything happening here at New Hope. I just want to call special attention to that. And if you want to search just by the URL, you can go to linktr.ee/newhopelc. Again, our staff have adopted a hybrid model for working, some in the office and some at home. We can all be reached through our emails, our cell phones, and messages that are left at the church office are forwarded to our cell phones. Church, during these times, we want to encourage you to continue checking in with one another with a phone call or a text. We are relational people, and we continue to need connection with one another, so let someone know you're thinking about them. I promise you, it is so, so, so needed. Our faith formation has resumed a regular schedule, and we gather for Sunday school for our young ones and adult forum for our not-so-young ones every Sunday at 9:30 a.m. Our Bible studies and small groups have resumed. Our Thursday afternoon Anchor newsletter has all of the information about all of those opportunities, so be sure to check it out. We continue in sharing a sacred meal together each week in our live stream, and we have consecrated elements if you would like those. If you would like those for your use at home, please get in touch with the office. Send an email to info@newhopelc.org so that we can make arrangements for you to pick those up. Also, church, we want to encourage you to please do continue to give your offering during this time as you are able. Giving to our general fund has been down over the past 6 months, and we really do need your help. You'll be hearing from our Stewardship Commission here in the next couple of weeks. You can mail in your offering. You can drop it by the office using the mail slot in the middle door of our office building. You can bring your offering with you to worship. You can also very easily give online using any credit or debit card using the link below. The link for online giving is also posted down in the video description of this video. I want to say thank you, church, for your continued generosity. You've seen the financial updates from council, so you know that your generosity is still very much needed during this time, but I want to express my deep gratitude for the ways that you continue to partner in ministry with us. Thank you. Also, our thanks to everyone who has already contributed and continues to contribute to our capital campaign. From the new audio and live streaming equipment in the sanctuary to the work that is being done in the community center, all of the projects in this campaign are with a mission goal in mind to make New Hope truly a center for our community. Our goal is to leverage our space and our resources to serve the most people and do the most good in our neighborhood. If you haven't already contributed to the capital campaign and you would like to, you can simply make a designated gift to the capital campaign or mark your check or online gift with a memo of capital campaign, and it will get where it needs to go. And again, church, we want to say thank you for your generosity. And lastly, church, we want to echo our local and national health officials and ask you to, again, encourage you to please get vaccinated as you are able. Please continue to be mindful of your exposure to others and continue to be cautious and look out for the most vulnerable in our midst. And above all, church, please just be gracious and patient and respectful with one another, those that you encounter. And we also want to encourage you to continue to look for ways to be the hands and feet and heart of Christ in a world that is desperate to receive this good news, because that too is all the more important. Continue to take care of yourselves, church. Our prayers continue to be with you and your families. If there's anything that I or that we at the church can do, from praying with you to going out and running errands, however we can be of help, please let me know. Call the office or call or text my cell phone, and we will try to do what we can. Continue to check in with one another. Continue to look out for ways to be helpful. Care for one another. Be compassionate. Be kind. Be loving. Be patient with one another. Look out for opportunities to serve. Look for the good. Keep your eyes and your ears open for the ways that God and Christ continue to show up and move mightily in our world. And we'll see you soon.